You're watching Influence TV.
Hello, I'm Michael Clifford, and I've been hanging around the Dream Center, well, for about 18 years before it even existed. I remember when the vision was born in Matthew and Tommy Barnett's heart, the father and son that started this place. And over the last 18 years, it's gone from having no hot water, no electricity, to an amazing facility in the heart of Los Angeles that is doing amazing work. There are so many causes that need support. And that's why Lindsay, my wife, and I started this not-for-profit television channel. Influence TV allows people to give in this hard economy. Script does not cost you a cent. Script works like our savings cards from grocery stores or gas stations. You have a chance to give a portion of whatever you buy through influencetv.org to the cause that you want to support. So just go to influencetv.org and sign up for our e-script and our retail script options. It's all there on the website. It's very easy to understand. But know that every time you buy something with script, with your credit card, your debit card, a portion of the money that you designate goes to the charity of your choice. You can make a big, big difference with what you spend. How do you want to spend your influence? Go to influencetv.org now and start using your influence today.
I'm Lisa McCullough, and I'd like to welcome you to Influence TV, where you have the opportunity to use your influence to get incredible value and, more importantly, impact the lives of people in need. Dream Centers across the nation are amazing organizations that will take part of the proceeds generated here and put it into action. Take a look at this.
Well, you know, since being the founder of the Dream Center here, I never dreamed that this would be the work that I would be doing. When I started at 20 years of age in a little old building that was given to us as a church building that we thought I was going to come to LA to build a church. And I came here really to generate as much influence I could to make a difference in the community, to give a voice to kids who had no voice, to give hope to people that had no hope. But when I came here at 20, I just came here because I was the last man standing on the list of my father, trying to find somebody who would work out of a little old building next to a liquor store and take over a little church building. In my wildest dreams, I never realized I would be in this massive hospital facility doing all this stuff that we're doing 24 hours a day. That's the beauty of influence. The influence is, you know, you never know what kind of influence that you're really going to have until you step out of yourself into another self that's greater than yourself, which is a self that's made of serving. And that's what's happened as we begin to reach out and help one need at a time. 18 years later, we're in this landmark building in Los Angeles, California, taking care of all the people that they watch on this network and making a difference every single day in the hearts and minds. And not just getting to people's needs, but getting to their potential of what they can be. And that's what makes the Dream Center such a special place.
And the one thing I love about Matthew in the Dream Center with this church is his philosophy has been belong, believe, not believe, belong.
You see people's lives being changed every day. You see hundreds of men and women going through discipleship and coming out a new creation. And I just think that's so great. And we all here, all the disciples, we thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I would give them advice like, it will get better. Like, even though like no one wants you now, there will be some times that people want you and that will love you, even though you feel like you don't feel loved.
The Dream Center ministers and helps people understand their future. Now, if they have to deal with their past and they got to go back and talk about issues or they have legal problems or whatever, the Dream Center supports the past, but they want to get it behind them.
I've learned a lot of valuable things since I've been here, but it feels good to wake up knowing that I'm worthy and that I am loved and that I am going to do great things when I leave this place, and that I don't have to go back to doing the same things that I was doing.
I think the most exciting part about the partnership between the Dream Center and Influence TV is people can come here 24. It is the network that never sleeps. It is the church that never sleeps. So when you go to Influence TV, we are a conduit. We're a channel for you to take items that you normally buy, that you need to buy. We're not asking you to pay any more. We're not asking you to donate. But if you're going to buy something, use the script system, pick the charity you want to help, and you will be blessed.
We are here to change the way America shops, and you have a front row seat for this new and exciting adventure. Every time you purchase something, you can choose where you want your money to go. You're not only getting an amazing value, but you have the opportunity to impact lives just like this one.
I saw myself either dead or in jail. I wasn't really much brighter than that. Life growing up it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. My mom was really young when she had me, and she was put in a position where she had to work her whole life and she was forced to grow up, so I was raised by my grandparents. I'm here because growing up, respect was ingrained in me, and then I got sick and tired of having to do it, so I went off and did my own thing. That led me to a life full of drugs and not being home and not caring about my family. I lost faith in myself. I wasn't going to church anymore. The hardest part was facing all of my issues dead on. I couldn't escape them here. I couldn't get away from it. I couldn't run and hide from it like I did. I couldn't go get high and cover it up or not go home. I had to face it. It took me about a month and a half to get here, and during that time I really had to think about why I was coming here. And I was still doing my own thing, but I knew I needed to change. I don't know, when I heard the testimonies, it just, it stirred something in me. I knew that I wanted to do more, and I wanted to get out of the place that I was and be on top of it and say that I did overcome that. When I first got here, I tried to act like nothing was wrong with me, but I had a lot of anger issues. These people, my staff, everyone that I interacted with, they pushed me to be better. And even if that made me upset, I don't know how to explain it, they just pushed me. And it was just one step at a time. I've learned a lot of valuable things since I've been here, but it feels good to wake up knowing that I'm worthy and that I am loved and that I am gonna do great things when I leave this place. And that I don't have to go back to doing the same things that I was doing. It's taught me how to be selfless and how to serve with a sincere heart. It's taught me how to love other people the way that God loves me, and it's taught me how to forgive. Most definitely, I definitely feel accepted here. I feel like it's going to be harder for me to leave this place and go home because I found who I was here, so this is more home to me than my actual home is.
The story you have just seen is like so many they see here at the Dream Center every day. That is why it is so vital we help continue this great work.
That's right, Lisa. For the last 12 years, I've been here at the Dream Center, and I've been able to see so many kids come into this program. And so they've come into the Dream Center at 12, 13, 14 years of age, and through the months and sometimes even years that they're here in our program, to see the transformation in these kids' lives is unbelievable. They go from being completely lost to having a hope and a dream for their future. They get caught up in school, they learn respect, they learn values, they learn principles, and they're able to leave this program and go on to college, go on to great careers, and most importantly in my mind is go home to family, re-enter their family, re-enter their society, their community, their school, whole and healthy. And that's what we get to see happen here at the Dream Center every single day.
And as we buy these products, we have the opportunity to actually touch these people through our influence, which is our money. It gives wings to programs like the one that Kelly's been talking about, rehabilitation for teens. There are so many great things going on here at the Dream Center, and the best part is when you purchase these terrific products, because we pick high quality products, a portion of each purchase goes directly to teen causes, to other causes here at the Dream Center, so you know that you are giving into something as well as receiving something. And I think that's the best thing, is when it's a win-win. It goes both ways. So now is your opportunity. We have a growing number of teens here at the Dream Center. They are coming in every day. It's becoming more and more of a challenge. And as you know, if you are parents, keeping up with one teen can take an immense amount of energy. Mine is almost there. She's getting to that point, which is why we are offering this product. I personally use this product. I love this. This is a real simple roll-on energy product. This is a healthy, natural roll-on product. It is unlike the ingestible products that you're hearing so many terrible things about these days. This is natural. You roll it on, a little bit on your neck, a little bit on your arm. It is immediate energy. If my daughter is taken off and I need to follow after her, I've got this right in my purse, right in my pocket. It's a wonderful product. It's all natural. And as we spoke before, the ingredients are, it smells like peppermint. You put it on and did you smell this?
Yeah, it smells
great,
really good.
I love this. It's got vitamin B6, vitamin B12, of course the peppermint oil, lecithin, glutathione, green tea, chamomile. It's small, easy to carry. That's really important for me, convenience,
Me
because
too.
I just won't take it. I don't want a ton of things in my
Right.
purse. So, and I don't want to have to hit the convenience store. I've got this with me all day long for energy.
Yeah, that's so true. Every day we here at the Dream Center have a teen walk through the door of this building, not sure that they'll ever see the way out. But with the help of people like you, we can make a difference in the lives of those who really do need it the most. We don't ever want to have to say to someone, we don't have room for you. We want to keep the doors of the Dream Center open for a long time to come, and that's why we need your support.
That's so true. I mean, I am so happy to come down here. I feel the energy. I see the smiles on the people. People are doing for other people. There is nothing like giving back to really calm the heart and give joy. Thank you so much for the work that you do here. We also have an opportunity for you to give directly to the Dream Center. If you make a donation to the Dream Center today, you can be assured that 100% of what you give will go directly to the operation of that cause that you designate. So what are you waiting for? Click or call now. Take advantage of something that not only can help you, but can help change the lives of so many others. This is the most amazing opportunity. I encourage you, you'll feel good about what you do. You're part of a new happening, and we thank you for supporting us.
The Teen Residential Program of the Dream Center is basically a chance for a kid to get out of their community, get out of their environment, and kind of start again.
It took me about a month and a half to get here, and during that time, I really had to think about why I was coming here. And I was still doing my own thing, but I knew I needed to change.
And what we do then is we take this kid and we walk them through how to live life in a different way. And that's basically the key thing. What we want to do is we want to keep kids out of juvenile hall, out of the detention camps, and the kids who are already locked up, we want to be able to kind of act as that middle ground, so when they get out of that detention, that they can come live with us, not go back to their community, live with us, live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with us, as we try to train them on how to live life differently before they go back to their communities. They feel stuck and trapped in a way of life, and they don't think they're ever going to be able to get out of it. So they come here, and what we do is we restore that ability to dream, and we equip them and give them the tools they need to say, I can be more than I ever thought I could be.
If I could say anything to the people who have helped build this Dream Center, thank you isn't enough, but that's what I would say. But I don't know, I would say thank you for helping me, give me that chance to become the person I was meant to be. And I thank you for helping me get back on my feet again, and I thank you for giving me that chance. I don't know, to figure out who I am and to build that relationship with God that I have.
What we want to do is we want to find their strengths, we want to find what they're passionate about, we want to rebuild the dreams, and using that by a strength-based approach, all the deficits in their life begin to be filled in on their own, and with God touching it and orchestrating it all. That's what we want to do, and that's with Risa what has happened. She came in and standoffish and you know, survival, and I just want to get out of this place to a place where it's not us breaking her. We're not like a boot camp thing where we have drill sergeants and stuff. That's not it. We let God do that, and he begins to soften these girls and these boys and touch their hearts and trust adults again and be willing to see things differently. And that's the process that Risa's gone through.
Oh, most definitely. I definitely feel accepted here. I feel like it's going to be harder for me to leave this place and go home because I found who I was here, so this is more home to me than my actual home is.
Hello, I'm Robert Ferguson. As a friend and partner of the Dream Center here in Los Angeles, I have seen firsthand the amazing work they do. On Influence TV, you will find great deals on products, the entire family can use. Every time you purchase, you'll choose where part of the proceeds go. That's what makes us so different. We want you to be part of the process so that you can see the cause you choose at the Dream Center get the help that it most desperately needs. That is why I'd like to introduce you to another program that you can take advantage of today. While it doesn't cost you a cent, it allows you to reach out a hand of hope to someone who needs it most. It's called Script. A lot of us have value-saving cards from our grocery stores or gas stations, and Script, well, it works just like that. Just go to influencetv.org and sign up for our e-Script and retail Script options to use at grocery stores, gas stations, online, and more. Just log on to influencetv.org now. Do it now, and you will find out just how in just a few quick steps for what you spend already, you can make a big difference in the life of the young child, the man or woman who really needs it the most. So what's stopping you? Nothing. Go to influencetv.org now and start using your influence today.
You're watching Influence TV.
Influence TV is a new and exciting way to shop. Not only can you get the things you need at an incredible value, but you can also help those who need it the most. Project Prevention works with families that are at risk of losing their kids to foster care because of poverty-related issues. We seek to build and uplift the family unit and enforce the notion that a family that grows together stays together. Take a look at this.
Meet Heidi. Like so many mothers who've come into Project Prevention, she grew up in a horrible environment.
It was very chaotic, very violent. Alcohol and prescription drugs mixed. This was going on with the quote-unquote grown-ups, the adults of the house. My grandmother was involved in witchcraft and she was very violent. In fact, tried to kill me once. It was very lonely. It was very scary. I never knew what was going to happen. There was different kinds of abuse going on, and I just longed for someone I could go to, someone trustworthy, to say this is happening to me and my sisters in my household, and please help. There were no persons available for that. This guy, a family friend, helped me and my sister, one of my sisters, leave. And my grandmother got really, really angry. And she called my uncles here in California to say they're on their way, do not receive them. So it was a very difficult period of time to coming here at the beginning, and we were not welcomed. In fact, we were chastised. The environment in my household, when I was married, it became so violent. I was a Catholic, and I started to cry every night, like just cry myself to sleep. And I used to cry with the same prayer every night. I used to say, God, if this is life, I don't want it. I suffered through a lot of abuse as a child, physical, spiritual, because of the witchcraft, and sexual, and all inflicted by my blood family. So I thought, God, this is all I know. I expected my marriage to be something different, but it's the same. And so please come and help me, or take my life, because this is not life. If this is life, I don't want it. When I hit rock bottom, to me, when I thought something needed to change was about the end of my marriage. My ex-husband was very violent. He used to beat me up, like to a point that I thought I was going to die. And this became very frequent. And I didn't really left earlier because I wanted so badly a family for my daughter. But this was not family, this was very dysfunctional. And so I stayed there for her. I ended up sort of homeless and with my daughter, so we're bouncing from one place to another.
Even when Heidi found an apartment, social services came knocking. And because she didn't have the necessary things to keep her daughter in a safe place, she ran the risk of her daughter being removed from her care. Scared and unsure, she turned to a friend at the Dream Center who introduced her to Project Prevention.
The first time I received them in my house, they came to help me. I thought one person would come over with like a little bit of food and then just sort of like drop it and leave. But it was not like that at all. They were a truck and a van, and many people came out, and all of them had something in their arms and hands, and it was food, and good food, by the way.
When you see the look on a mother's face just minutes away from her kids being taken away from her, your heart breaks. Fathers who hang their heads in shame because they were just one step away from being able to keep their family together. That's where Project Prevention steps in, and you can be right there with us. We go into the homes, we build relationships with the families, we deliver food, toiletries, cleaning supplies, diapers, whatever we need so that these families have some stability and they can sustain themselves long term. And it's products like this one that promote the kind of whole self-living that I just really love. And it reminds me why we are doing this, to keep families as the whole units that they were intended to be. And I'm so excited to have Robert Ferguson with us today on Influence TV. Robert, thank you so much for being with us. Tell us what you have here.
Well, let me say that I am excited and delighted to be here also and to be a part of what you guys are doing.
Oh, thanks.
Now, I brought here a system. It's a complete fat loss system called the Diet Free Life System. And what it does is it shows people how to eat the foods that they love, right? The foods you're going to eat anyway. Lose body fat and live diet-free for life.
Sounds good.
So you literally are met like where you are. And so to make it easy for people is I provide them with everything they need, right? And that includes a DVD that shows you how to eat out, whether you're at a fine dining restaurant or fast food. Literally, I show you how to eat those foods in the right combinations, the right amounts, so that you can get the results that you want.
That's amazing.
The whole system is touching on all the areas that makes it easy for people to lose weight and stay motivated and engaged. So I provide them with like day-to-day audio CDs, as you can see here, that every day you get that audio like message that inspires you and kind of keeps you pumped up to go forward. It's like your daily inspiration.
Nice.
At the same time, I provide them with a cookbook that shows you how to actually convert recipes that you maybe got from your grandmother that may not be the healthiest recipe, but yet we show them how to keep the flavor and the function in the recipe so that you can get the results you want.
Wow.
And instead of like getting, say, one cookbook and then you have to look at all those other cookbooks that you have and toss them in the trash, I show you how to take those cookbooks that you have and actually convert them and make them fat burning.
Wow.
I mean, this is a system like no other. So as people are actually supporting the cause, they're actually getting something that upgrades their education, their overall health and well-being. They reduce their waistline and everything works out fine. They get a pocket guide so that when you're out and about and maybe you're at the grocery store and you forgot, okay, what did I learn in that system? You just open up your pocket guide and all the information that you need is right there in your pocket guide. So you can have it in your wallet, you can have it in your pants pocket. And again, we make it just so easy for people to literally get the results they want without giving up the foods they love.
Wow.
So that's everything. So whether it's bread, whether it's Memphis barbecue, you name it. And everything is heart healthy, diabetic friendly. It's adaptable to all tastes. It works for vegans, vegetarians. It sounds too good to be true, but I've helped thousands of people lose a significant amount of weight and keep it off.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then it gets better. Oh my goodness, it gets better because I give them 2 valued added programs. One is actually this thing called carb stepping. It shows you how to literally customize your ability to lose the weight based on your body chemistry. And then 2, I provide them with a Power Parent program that makes it where you can get the whole family engaged.
Wow.
And I teach parents how to communicate with their kids about food so that the kids are actually implementing the habits you want them to actually implement, but even behind your back.
This is great.
So it's, I mean, you want to buy one right now, right?
I do. You had me at hello because
All right.
my husband is a fast food junkie and I've got 2 little kids and I'm always trying to get them to eat healthier. So this is amazing. So by taking advantage of this amazing program, you not only get to live a healthy life, but you get to be that hand of help keeping those families together.
This is your opportunity to actually change your life. This program was designed to meet you where you are, so as you support the cause, you're also giving back to yourself.
But listen, this system is amazing. It's going to change your life, and as you're changing your own life and the life of your family, you also have an opportunity to change another family who needs it the most. So don't delay, call or click right now. So Heidi is one of our newer families in Project Prevention, and yet she's typical of most of the families that we come in contact with. She found out about us, was referred to us, and needed some help. Her story in particular is she left a domestic violence situation, which we see unfortunately a lot of times. But what's great about that is that these women, most often it's women, and they get the courage to leave a situation, and so why punish them further by not giving them resources that they need? And so she and her daughter needed to start over and they needed a fresh start. These families have no one to turn to, literally no one. And so the Dream Center becomes that support system. So when their kid is sick and they don't know what to do, they call the Dream Center. When they need a ride somewhere, they call the Dream Center. When there's a birthday party, the Dream Center are the people that get invited to the party, and on it goes.
You know, God is God. He's almighty and He is omnipotent. He's everywhere, and He is willing to help His children no matter where we're at, in which stage of our lives, or geographically speaking. He is willing to and He will help, but He needs us, the body of Christ, to help. The question is, are we willing to be His hands? And the Dream Center, the Angelus Temple, Pastor Matthew, his wife, Miss Caroline, Project Prevention, they are willing. That is the difference. That there's many of us, but we see help where people are willing. And the Angelus Temple, Dream Center, Project Prevention certainly are willing, and that's what makes the difference.
So as you just saw, every day here at the Dream Center, we are fighting to keep families together. Families that have been given an unfortunate lot in life where they don't have a lot of money, they don't have access to a lot of resources, and we believe that no child should be taken away from a loving parent or a loving set of parents just because of poverty. And so that's what we're trying to fight against every day with Project Prevention. And that's why we're offering you this amazing product today, this amazing diet-free system. So Robert, a lot of the families that we work with Project Prevention, they don't have access to a lot of resources. Many of them don't even have transportation, so they're not going to be able to get to a Whole Foods market. They're going to be going to McDonald's. They're going to be going to the fast food restaurant that's in their neighborhood. So what can this system do for them?
Great point. And this system, my philosophy, methodology is based on meeting people where they are.
Yeah.
And acknowledging that truth is you want to show people how they can eat foods they have access to, as you guys are focused on. So the system makes that possible. One, if you keep in mind this little tip, it's if you eat bread with fries, you add to your thighs. See, I could go eat a burger at a fast food establishment if I eat the burger as a meal, but it's when you add the bread with the fries is when you get yourself into trouble. So the goal is really education, and then teaching a person to be engaged with something that's true. And you know, when you're able to reduce your waistline and you have the education right there when you have questions, you can throw on the DVD and watch me show you how to eat at establishments, whether it's fast food or fine dining, then that right there is a blessing, because now you have the knowledge. And as the good word says, you know, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Now we can give them that knowledge so they can thrive as it pertains to their food.
Wow.
And everything just upgrades.
This is truly amazing. So what are you waiting for? You have been given an amazing opportunity to change your life, but this would also be an amazing thing for you to give to a family in need, to a family that you know in your neighborhood who's struggling. This system is for everyone, so you cannot wait any longer. Get get to your phone, go to your computer, go to influencetv.org. Make sure that you remember that every purchase that you make here on Influence TV, a portion of that is going to go to a cause here at the Dream Center. And you can buy this system and know that you're helping a family stay together. So there's no other greater thing that you can do when you spend your dollars than know that you're helping someone else at the same time. So don't delay, get up right now and make that call.
Hello, I'm Michael Clifford, and I've been hanging around the Dream Center, well, for about 18 years before it even existed. I remember when the vision was born in Matthew and Tommy Barnett's heart, the father and son that started this place. And over the last 18 years, it's gone from having no hot water, no electricity, to an amazing facility in the heart of Los Angeles that is doing amazing work. There are so many causes that need support. And that's why Lindsay, my wife, and I started this not-for-profit television channel. Influence TV allows people to give in this hard economy. Script does not cost you a cent. Script works like our savings cards from grocery stores or gas stations. You have a chance to give a portion of whatever you buy through influencetv.org to the cause that you want to support. So just go to influencetv.org and sign up for our e-script and our retail script options. It's all there on the website. It's very easy to understand. But know that every time you buy something with script, with your credit card, your debit card, a portion of the money that you designate goes to the charity of your choice. You can make a big, big difference with what you spend. How do you want to spend your influence? Go to influencetv.org now and start using your influence today.
You're watching Influence TV.
Thanks for staying with us on Influence TV, where you and I can use our influence to change someone's world for the better. A lot of us each day sit at work and wonder about our many options, where we're going to have lunch or dinner. It's mostly an afterthought. But daily, for more people than you think, where their next meal is coming from is much more of an ordeal.
I got laid off out of the blue. It said, we're closing your department. No, no warning or anything. And I've been working for the company 13 years. They were laying off left and right, but I was so confident. They're not gonna do it to me. I've been here for 13 years. But they did. So it was hard. My husband was laid off too, and my daughter was graduating in June, and that was January. We had really no means of income because my company didn't provide us with anything. At that point, like when you need to borrow from friends and there was, your friends, like they don't know you anymore, you don't know them anymore, then I said, okay, I'll volunteer, just in the meantime, looking for a job. At first, I didn't know anybody, but like they were all really nice. They made me feel welcome. And I started going. So I was volunteering. In a way, it provided for our needs also. First, I felt guilty because why am I volunteering just for this food, But no, it's that they say if there's extra, like you can take some. It had helped me a lot with not even with the big stuff, like the vegetables, it kind of like augmented what you already have. Made you cook instead of just plain meat, you'll have vegetables. Not only the food itself, but the people, like Cassie and Joyce. They then you get to know them better, and then you can tell them your story, your problem. They make your load lighter. Yeah, the food truck too. Like when we got there, it was mostly Hispanic and Korean, and sad to say that. 3 years, I know the ropes. People were not telling them about it, about Dream Center and all that, because they were scared that like if more people, less food for them. And then when my daughter, she's in college now, but she still volunteers every Friday, we started talking to people, and then I noticed that like more people came, because 3 years ago there was 125 people. Now we serve 250 people. And at some point, people would just be passing through, and then just to ask them, not directly ask them, do you need it? Because they will not say they need it. So we would just say, oh, do you know anybody who needs food? And then after 2 weeks, you'll see them getting food. Dream Center food truck, you see the growth, you see everything grow right in front of your eyes.
Here in the U.S., with our huge grocery stores, all-you-can-eat buffets and things like that, it can be almost impossible to believe that people could go to sleep at night without food, but it's true. With over 15% of Americans living below the poverty line, it sadly happens more than you would think. But as you just saw here at the Dream Center, they're putting hope into action with the food truck program.
That's right, it really is amazing. What we've discovered is that the people that need the food the most, the families that are truly, truly in need, are those that don't have access to transportation and they can't get to a food pantry, they can't get somewhere else. And so we've decided a long time ago at the Dream Center that we were going to take the food to them, to the people that needed it the most. And so what we've done is we've targeted elementary school areas because we realize that single parents are oftentimes the families with the greatest need. We also target all the project areas in Los Angeles as well as community parks so that people can walk from their homes to their neighborhood park and be able to get food.
At Influence TV, we are here to help provide programs like this one and keep those trucks rolling and keep the lines moving. That's why today we have a unique product that can not only help you feel better, but help others as well, because a portion of every purchase goes to do just that. This is a really convenient product. I love that this is convenient because this is not only a home product, but people can take this to the office. We all want filtered water, and I see so many people still carrying plastic bottles, even though we know that we shouldn't be drinking out of plastic. A lot of those bottles are old, and this you can fill up right at the tap, and it's been proven our tap water is actually really pretty darn good, but it does need to be filtered. This beats the top water filter that you're used to seeing out there. I won't say the name, but it has actually been tested against it, and this is much better. The plastic in this is something that you don't need to worry about. There are no emissions from this plastic. It's super easy to use. It's super light. My 10-year-old doesn't mind filling this up, which is great. She can even change the filter. So you just lift the top like this, and you can put the water right in. The whole lid just lifts up. This little filter just slips right in, and you can get a new one. It comes with an extra water filter. This is easy to wash as well. You don't even need to throw it in the dishwasher or anything. And you put it right on the door of a refrigerator. The minute my daughter gets home, she loves to have ice cold water. So there's no ice, none of that smelly ice. You know how ice can get. And it's fresh and it's cold. I find that when I have a cold bottle of water, something in the fridge, I drink a lot more water. And sometimes I throw lemons in there or something like that too. So, and this is great to have at work. This can filter 80 gallons of water per filter. That's a lot of water. It removes 300 minerals and 30 toxins. It's essential for the use in emergencies. It's great to have around. I love the clean look of it as well. When I pull it out, I don't need to serve in some kind of a serving thing. When I have friends over, they get to know that they're getting filtered water right away. Sometimes when I get water out of someone's jar on the side, they probably just filled it up in the tap. They're certainly, and I don't want the bottled waters. I don't drink them anymore. We actually use tap water at our house, and I've researched so many water products over the years. You know those machines on the counter? Thousands of dollars. It's amazing, and they're not proven to be any better necessarily than just drinking tap water that's been filtered really well, and this is the best I think that you can get. It is our mission at Influence TV to help change the way people shop so that when you buy everything from groceries to this amazing filter, all of your needs will be covered eventually here, that you're not only getting great value, but you're getting a feeling of knowing that you have helped others. And you are welcome to come down here and see where your dollars and your influence are going to work. So what are you waiting for? Call or click now. This is an amazing cause. Be on the ground floor. You can years from now say, I was there when they first started. I remember when I first saw that online, and share it with your friends. It's an amazing cause.
My name is Cassandra Demon. I've been at the Dream Center for 5 years, and I'm the food truck director. It's very challenging being in charge of the food truck ministry, but I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything because responsibility, I know, is a huge part of keeping me sober. And just, every day people depend on me, and just being outside of myself really helps me a lot. I start off in the morning at about 9 o'clock in the morning. We have food delivered to our trucks from the food bank that we have at the Dream Center, and a lot of it's like USDA type food and just different donations. So they set it out behind the trucks, and then we have to add it up and divide it so that we're able to feed people at every site that we go to that day. So we start with that and then kind of clean out the trucks, get them ready, and then after we figure out like how many people are at each site and how we can possibly divide it up to feed everybody equally, we start loading the trucks. So that takes about an hour. It's kind of a long process loading the trucks, very physical, but fun at the same time. We make it a lot of fun. We work well with each other, just a family environment. And then once the trucks are loaded, we head out to the sites. So we have 2 sites in the morning, and once we get there, it's really nice because a lot of the people from the community help us out. Like when we pull up, we have somebody that's called a site leader, so that's somebody from the community that actually helps us. We have to get signatures for the USDA food, so the site leader from the community helps us out with that. So then once we get all these signatures, they kind of form like an orderly line, hopefully. It's pretty organized, and we bag up the food that we have for them. And people from the site actually help with that process too. They like to help us bag up the food, and then whoever helps us, we usually will let them be the first ones that go through the line, so they have a little bit of a perk for helping bag up their food. But it's a lot of fun, and at the end, after everybody goes through the line, we usually offer prayer to every person that's coming through the line. So it's not like we are forcing anything on any of these people. We want to really make sure that they know that we love them first, and that we're just meeting their physical need of just being in need of groceries on a weekly basis. So we meet that need, and then we just offer them prayer at the end of every line.
If you want to get plugged in with the Dream Center, you have to volunteer. Then you'll feel more what Pastor Matthew's vision is.
Every morning I get to wake up, make a cup of coffee, get breakfast ready for my 2 kids before I go to work and they go to school. And not every family in America has that luxury. You know, it's something that I take for granted all the time. And even working at the Dream Center, I can still take that for granted. But today you have an opportunity to be a part of something great. You have an opportunity to buy a water filter that's going to help feed a family. That's basically what you're doing with your purchase today. You're helping to feed a family in need.
As usual here at Influence TV, we bring you the best values for your dollar and convenience. We love convenience. So click now, call, and go online. It is easy enough, influencetv.org. We make everything easy and convenient for you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Robert Ferguson. As a friend and partner of the Dream Center here in Los Angeles, I have seen firsthand the amazing work they do. On Influence TV, you will find great deals on products the entire family can use. Every time you purchase, you'll choose where part of the proceeds go. That's what makes us so different. We want you to be part of the process so that you can see the cause you choose at the Dream Center get the help that it most desperately needs. That is why I'd like to introduce you to another program that you can take advantage of today. While it doesn't cost you a cent, it allows you to reach out a hand of hope to someone who needs it most. It's called Script. A lot of us have value-saving cards from our grocery stores or gas stations, and Script, well, it works just like that. Just go to influencetv.org and sign up for our e-Script and retail Script options to use at grocery stores, gas stations, online, and more. Just log on to influencetv.org now. Do it now, and you will find out just how in just a few quick steps for what you spend already, you can make a big difference in the life of the young child, the man or woman who really needs it the most. So what's stopping you? Nothing. Go to influencetv.org now and start using your influence today.
You're watching Influence TV.
Thanks for staying tuned to Influence TV, where you can shop with an impact. Every time you call or click or buy something on Influence TV, you are being the hand of hope to someone in need, and hope is what our next cause is all about. Take a look at this.
Project Hope is a shelter that takes in women who have been victims of human trafficking here in America. In our nation, unfortunately, when a woman turns 18, she's no longer viewed as a victim. They were forced into it at 10, 11, 12 years old, and they had been so brainwashed and so traumatized over and over and over again that they didn't know how to get out. They didn't know that they wanted out. They didn't know how to do it if they decided that they wanted to.
When these pimps take everything away from these girls and force them to work, I mean, they take their IDs, their social security cards, and these girls have introduced these guys to their families as their boyfriends. And they know where their parents live, they know, their brothers and sisters, and the threats and, of them keeping their family safe and keeping themselves safe, and this is what they have to do. We have a girl from Russia, and she's been here almost 2 years now, and they told her that they were going to get her into movies or something and brought her here, and eventually they made her work, put her into prostitution, and that's what she was doing until we found her.
I mean, the trauma that these women have endured is unimaginable. One of the stories that sticks with me that makes me sick to this day when I think about it is we had a woman who came to us in her early 40s actually, and at the age of 10 years old, her father sold her to a trafficker for $2,000. She was sold in this country for $2,000, and her daddy, as she refers to him as, which a lot of times these women, they are property, but the men that possess them have created this environment for them where they've kind of brainwashed them to believe that this is love, and they either refer to them as their daddy or their boyfriend. It's a really twisted, sick thing that they have to endure, but this particular woman referred to him as her daddy, and he would lock her in cages and handcuff her to things and give her shock therapy. But the most evil thing that he would do is he would read the Bible to her in first person. I will never leave you or forsake you. I created you. That is the only experience she's had with the Bible or with God, is he placed himself as God in her life. And so when she came to us, she had no concept of normality at all. And the Bible was something that brought a lot of fear in her, and she would physically react. Another story is of a girl whose parents were Satanists, and they would trade her at 4 and 5 years old, trade her sexually in satanic rituals. She would kind of be their sacrifice. And as a toddler, under 5 years old, she would be forced to provide sexual pleasure for people, and that's her first experience in life, and that's the parents that she knew. That was what love was to her. Another woman was forced into prostitution at 11 years old, was forced to make a certain amount of money every single night in order to be fed, in order to be clothed. And if she didn't meet her quota, she didn't go back until she met her quota. And so she would have to work and work and work, and that's the only thing that she's known since she was 11 years old. And the mental health issues that these women come in with are huge. They have literally lost a part of their minds because of the years of torture. Every single woman comes to us with post-traumatic stress disorder, diagnosed PTSD. They come to us with a variety of mental illnesses, dissociative identity disorder, bipolar, schizophrenia. A lot of them come in cutting themselves to relieve some of the pressure.
The tracks that I work on are not even 10 minutes away from the Dream Center. And I can go there any night of the week and see 40 girls working. 20 pimps standing on the next corner. So I go to Orange County, I go to San Bernardino, Riverside County, Hollywood, South Central, Compton, Long Beach. It's everywhere.
It's hard to imagine, isn't it? Every day young women from around the world suffer, being forced against their will to live in an existence that no parent would ever want for their child. Influence TV is asking you to come along with us and reach out to those victims of human sex trafficking, to give them a place of hope and healing right here at the Dream Center. By taking advantage of today's offer, you not only have the opportunity to take home an amazing gift, but to help someone who needs it the most. We are so happy to have Amy here today. She has designed a product for the Dream Center that I'm excited about and that I wear myself. I love it.
Thank you, Lisa. It is an honor for us to be part of Dream Center and Influence TV. And I am so excited about the Dream Center bracelet. It's absolutely fantastic. It is unisex. The guys like it, the girls like it, the teenagers like it, the moms. And it's a constant reminder that God has given us the mission to make this world a better place. That's why it fits so beautifully with Dream Center. It is about reaching out to those people in need and helping them and making their life just better and great. And that's about the hope. So this bracelet's just a reminder that these are your hands and we can use them to make this world a great place. And of course the cross is on there. Just remind you that Jesus is always with us and that it is Him who gave us this mission. So I love it. I put it on. It's very easy to put on. You can see you just kind of you just kind of stretch it out like this, and then it fits almost a lot of people. The little kids maybe not, but
well, this fits my 10-year-old.
Yeah,
because I wear one, and I love it because I can pull it on or off when I get in the shower. Though you don't have to, right? You can wear it in the shower.
I wear mine all the time, and I've been wearing mine all the time for the past 3 months. And in and out of the shower, in and out of the ocean. I'm a big swimmer. My kids wear it all the time, so it's great. And it's also just a nice, like I said, it's a reminder of our faith and about our mission to do a better place. And it also, sometimes if somebody says, "Will you pray for me?" you can just reach right down. It's kind of a prayer tool.
Yes.
You can just use it and just go along the crosses and pray for them right there and then.
Yeah, I love it because it's so versatile. I wear it with all my jewelry, day or night. In fact, I've been getting compliments on it everywhere I go, and I get to explain the cause to people, and I get to share the cause with people. It's a conversation starter. I think I'm getting these for Christmas gifts for sure.
You're absolutely right. It's amazing that people say that to us all the time. When they wear it, it gives them the opportunity to not only talk about their faith, but talk about Dream Center and what Dream Center does. And people then all of a sudden want to be part of something this great that is giving back. So it's a great gift. It is a gift of a blessing. It's more than just a gift of a piece of jewelry. It's a gift of peace of hope. So thank you. Thank you.
And I think that it also is, the Dream Center is reaching out with hands of hope. Yeah. And when you reach out and you see this on your arm, you remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for designing it. It's such a beautiful opportunity, not only to give a beautiful gift, but to help a young woman who is most desperately in need of a hand of hope. Every time we have the chance to help one of those few in their most desperate moment, we want to be able to help them, which is why we are here with these beautiful bracelets. Influence TV is also here to be a conduit to give directly to the Dream Center. If you make a donation to the Dream Center today, you can be assured that 100% of what you give will go directly to that operation of the cause that you designate. Now is the time, so click or call. Use your influence to take advantage of this great opportunity for something beautiful for you or someone you love, and that can reach out and help others as well.
I had been at Angela's Temple, but I hadn't even took a visit to the Dream Center. And then when I finally came here for my first interview, it was just overwhelming, just to see everybody in movement and, touching people's lives. I loved it. After I got information on the program, and it really touched my heart, and thought that I could help out here. One girl, she's been there almost 2 years, and she just started to worship. I mean, for months, she's been telling me, "Selena, I don't know how to worship." And she said, "What do I do?" I said, "When it comes a time and you cannot hold it, you'll worship." And now I see her with her hands up and her tears running down her face, and it is just a milestone for me. It's so awesome. I know what relationship I have with my daughter, and I know what I've taught her, and how I've fed into her life. And to see these girls on the street, 12 and 13 years old, and it really touches my heart, and it touches her heart too. She knows what I do, and she knows that these girls are out here 12, 13 years old, and she wants to do something to help the younger girls now. So
what Project Hope has done is it's really given women an opportunity to escape the horrors of their past and really try to figure out who they are and ultimately who they're supposed to be and who they're meant to be in a different life that they could have. What we do with Project Hope is so important because we are ministering to women that our society has forgotten. We're ministering to women that our society labels as prostitutes. You know, we drive by them on the street and think that they're trash, that they don't matter, that they don't mean anything. But what I've learned through being involved personally is that every single one of those women, they have a name, they have a family, they have a story. And for me, putting a face and a personal touch to a label of prostitution or whatever has completely changed the way that I see it. And these women don't have a chance. They do not have a chance in life if somebody doesn't rescue them, if someone doesn't give them hope, if someone doesn't give them another look at life. I'm excited to say that all the women that we have in the program right now have been with us for more than 6 months and are doing phenomenally well based from where they've come from when they first came in. And so we're making a commitment to these women because our dream and our hope for them is that when they leave our program, that they are self-sufficient and that, more importantly, they're whole. And that's really what we try to do every single day through everything that we do, is we try to help them regain control of their lives and leave us a whole person, because they come in so broken and so shattered. And we know that through God, they can be whole again. And that's what we try to do every day.
Lisa, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be part of Dream Center and Influence TV. It's an incredible mission, and you're really changing lives. And that's what's inspired us to make the Dream Center bracelet. So I really thank you.
Oh, no, I thank you that we found you, because I think you're a perfect fit for the Dream Center. Thanks so much for creating something that is distinct, that when I give it to my friends and when I see it on strangers, we'll know that we're all a part of a beautiful cause. And I love the gift card that you created with it, so people will know that they've received something that is meaningful and is helping people. So call or click today. Join us in these great causes. Every time you wear this bracelet, it will remind you that you're helping somebody. These people are desperately in need. These beautiful young women, all of the people at the Dream Center are going to be benefiting from these beautiful gifts that you're receiving at great prices, and it's meaningful. You'll feel great about the gift. This is the way that you can give back, by giving something to somebody else. If you can't come down here and donate your time, you can use your influence by purchasing these beautiful gifts. Thank you again for joining us.
Hello, I'm Michael Clifford, and I've been hanging around the Dream Center, well, for about 18 years before it even existed. I remember when the vision was born in Matthew and Tommy Barnett's heart, the father and son that started this place. And over the last 18 years, it's gone from having no hot water, no electricity, to an amazing facility in the heart of Los Angeles that is doing amazing work. There are so many causes that need support. And that's why Lindsay, my wife, and I started this not-for-profit television channel. Influence TV allows people to give in this hard economy. Script does not cost you a cent. Script works like our savings cards from grocery stores or gas stations. You have a chance to give a portion of whatever you buy through influencetv.org to the cause that you want to support. So just go to influencetv.org and sign up for our e-script and our retail script options. It's all there on the website. It's very easy to understand. But know that every time you buy something with Script, with your credit card, your debit card, a portion of the money that you designate goes to the charity of your choice. You can make a big, big difference with what you spend. How do you want to spend your influence? Go to influencetv.org now and start using your influence today.
You're watching Influence TV.
Thanks for staying tuned to Influence TV, where you can shop with an impact. Every time you call or click or buy something on Influence TV, you are being the hand of hope to someone in need, and hope is what our next cause is all about. Take a look at this.
Our lowest points was when he started living in his car, and then I had to stay with my parents. I think that was our lowest, and
and it was affecting our relationship a lot. It's been 2 years since Raymond hasn't had a job, and it's been a lot of struggles, and he will get little jobs here and there, but they're agency jobs. So they were just temporarily, like a 1 week thing. And it started getting really difficult because my parents started demanding money, but it was hard because he couldn't get a job. And it wasn't because he was lazy, it's really hard right now. We didn't have nowhere else to go.
2 years ago, you know, things ended up getting a little bad. I mean, I was working a security job, and you know, because I'm a certified guard, and you know, I had all my credentials and all that good stuff, right? And so, you know, at some point in time, the job that I was working for, then ended up going out of business. So with that, it left me jobless, and then afterwards, you know, I kept trying to look for work, but economically, it was just pretty much a crisis that, you know, I mean, that we struggled with for this amount of time. So for 2 years we struggled, and towards the end, you know, when things started getting really, really rocky, you know, I ended up going to my aunt's house in the city of Walnut, and you know, she ended up having to tell us that we would only have a short period of time before, you know, we would have to leave because her daughter, they were going to be moving in, and her family was going to be moving in. So the room that we were staying in, we had to move out, which kind of left me like, well, where do I take my family from there now? So we were going to have to make a sacrifice, and the sacrifice was, well, she actually got on the phone, she spoke with her mom and dad, and they ended up talking about, you know, bringing her into the house and along with the baby. But because, you know, the situation with me was still the same and nothing had changed just yet, you know, I couldn't go back with them. So that left me only one other option. I went to go live in my car, and she's living with her mom and dad at this house again in Paramount.
He was living in his car for about a month, and I was doing everything like if I was a single mom, basically. And he had just sleeping in his car. It was hard because sometimes it would get cold, and you know, we couldn't really do anything as a family anymore. I saw our marriage drifting away. We had a lot of conflict, and I saw that, just financial problems too, just separating, like everything going downhill.
I'm in my car, and for countless nights, I mean, I continue just to pray, just keep asking God to really kind of, you know, to fix the situation and what was going on here, because it's not the way a family should be, separated like that. And so me living in my car, you know, those nights was tough, but God answered my prayer, and God said, you know what, go to the Dream Center. Go to the Dream Center, just give it a chance. And so I talked to her one morning, I woke up and I said, hey, I got a great idea. Without hesitation, she went full force with the idea. So she put a lot on the line, sacrificing, you know, having a roof over her head and a lot of stuff for me, you know. So I felt like, wow, you know, got me a good woman here, and we're gonna do this together as a family. They gave us a call back about a week later. They ended up saying we could move in that Friday, and that Friday I was like, wow, so it came faster than I thought, and I was so happy, and it was, you know, she was really happy, and we were able to just like drive off back to Paramount with like no worries, because I knew that life was gonna change from that point on.
The family floor is a huge part of my life. It's what I get to do day in and day out. I live with these families, I get to sit down and talk with these moms, hear their hopes and dreams for the future. I get to play with the kids, pick them up, take them to school, pick them up from school, and that's what I get to do every single day. And today, you also have that opportunity to make the family floor a big part of your life. By buying this beautiful book, by giving to Influence TV, you're not only getting a great gift, but you're also being able to give back, giving to families that need it the most. You are able to make the family floor a huge part of your life. You're able to get a family off the streets. You're able to get children from the backseat of their cars into a place with a roof over their head. What better thing to do at this holiday season than to give back to the families that need it the most?
Michael Belk tells this unique story through this book about how Christ is actually with us all the time. And a portion of the proceeds can go to any cause you choose, including the family floor. What are you waiting for? Call now. Click now. Go to influencetv.org today and join us in this amazing experience, this amazing journey.
My name is Katie and I work with the Family Floor. I co-direct the program. I knew as soon as I graduated high school this is where I wanted to come, and I've been working with the Family Floor since the week it started. I was 17 and I've been there ever since. The Family Floor is definitely more than just a shelter. We don't view it as a place where you just come and go, but there's a lot of structure, there's a lot of guidance, a lot of accountability. We provide counseling for them now. We provide anger management classes, self-image classes, time management, all those life skills that you need in order to transition out. And then we have a GED program here that operates 4 days a week just for the Family Floor, so that's huge too. And then we also offer a financial course to really teach them how to create a spending plan and a savings plan. So it's been amazing to just kind of see the process. Within this past year of 2012, we have been able to help 16 families transition out successfully into their own stable housing. Altogether, we've been able to house, from the start of the program, around 100 families. So just the impact that the Dream Center is being able to make in these families' lives is amazing, especially not just the individual, but the family as a whole, because we're really bringing a new way of life for the children too, that they can see that they don't have to live in homelessness, that they don't have to live in poverty, and these parents are really breaking some generational things in their life. Karen and Raymond have a little boy named Raiden. He is a year old. The greatest thing that I love about their story is that they're able to live together again and really do life as a family again. Since Raymond has been here, he is now clean of drugs, which is really, really amazing. Karen is still working on her degree at Cal State Dominguez. Their relationship has grown so much there. In marriage counseling, there was a lot of conflict at the beginning, but they've broken down those walls in their lives, and it's huge. Upon
getting here though, and just kind of seeing what the Dream Center was within the first 15 minutes, I was like for sure that this is where I wanted to be. Had it not been for the Dream Center, there wouldn't be a her and I. Because God called us as a family to come to the Dream Center, we get to remain as a family at the Dream Center, and when we leave the Dream Center, we will still remain a family and transition into a life that we never could have even imagined of together.
What I really love about the Family Floor is that the Dream Center provides everything for free. We don't take a penny from these families, and with influencetv.org, we're going to be able to help fund these families more. We'll be able to take in more families. We'll be able to really sustain the families that are here because everything's free, from the electric bill to their babysitting. All that is provided completely free, and so with influencetv.org we can continue to do that.
As a young child, it's important for those that have parents to be with them. Families find themselves in one moment without a home, worried if they could be torn apart because of a lack of a place to stay. However, as you saw, thanks to the incredible resources at the Dream Center, families now have a place to stay so that they can call it home while they rebuild their lives.
Yes, and we want to be able to do more. You know, it was about 4 years ago that a police officer dropped a homeless family off at the Dream Center because they had nowhere else to put them. And that's how the Family Floor started here. And today we've dedicated 2 floors here at the Dream Center to take in and house homeless families. Many of the families that come to us have been living in their cars. We're living in parks. We had one family that was renting out a laundry room, and it was a family of 4, and that's where they were living and had been living for about 6 to 8 months. And what we are able to do is when we bring them into the Dream Center, we're not only giving them a roof over their head and food to eat, but we're actually giving them hope and dreams for their future. And that's one of the things that we're so passionate about is we sit down with these parents and we ask them what they want to do with their lives, what career they could see themselves being, and then we do whatever we can do to get them to that dream, to get them to that goal. And so at the Dream Center, we've been able to take in all of these families, and today you have an opportunity to be a part of that with us by buying this beautiful book.
How many families do you think, or do you know how many families are here at the Dream Center?
Yeah, right now we have 28. That's our capacity. So we have 28 rooms, so we have 28 families. And that's the most heartbreaking part of what we do at the family floor. I can tell you that we love having the 28 families that we do. We love helping them. We love them personally. But we have almost 200 families on a waiting list right now today. And the worst part of my job is having to answer that phone or look that family in the eye and say, I'm so sorry, we don't have a room for you, we're completely full, because that's what they're getting from every other program. There are no programs that have rooms available for families because it's such an epidemic in this country. Homeless families is such an epidemic, it's such a problem. And so a lot of these families would have nowhere to go. And so we are so excited to be able to partner with Influence TV and to be able to offer products like this book to go straight to helping families get off the streets.
Yes, and I was reminded today of how Matthew Barnett started the Dream Center, and he did not just go and preach a message. He actually provided the needs, and that's what's going on here. And I look and I think, okay, the images in this book show that Christ is with us in every need, but Christ needs us to be the hands to do the work as well. Christ can provide our income to buy gifts, to have Christmas, to be able to have roofs over our heads. But these people have hit hard times. A lot of these people, I heard, are just, they may have just been a paycheck away from losing their home or their apartment, and that's it. And the program that you've been talking about takes them in to help them get back on their feet again to become productive parts of society. In addition, to this beautiful book, you always have the option to give directly to the Dream Center. If you've been touched by this story or any of the stories that you've heard us speak of today and would like to give a donation directly to the Dream Center, you can be assured that 100% of your direct donations go right to the cause of your choosing. Just click online and tell the operator, I want to give to the family floor. We have so many families waiting, and it's only with your help that we can successfully give those families with their small children a place to lay their head. So call, click online, take advantage of this amazing book. You'll be glad that you did.
Hello, I'm Robert Ferguson. As a friend and partner of the Dream Center here in Los Angeles, I have seen firsthand the amazing work they do. On Influence TV, you will find great deals on products the entire family can use. Every time you purchase, you'll choose where part of the proceeds go. That's what makes us so different. We want you to be part of the process so that you can see the cause you choose at the Dream Center get the help that it most desperately needs. That is why I'd like to introduce you to another program that you can take advantage of today. While it doesn't cost you a cent, it allows you to reach out a hand of hope to someone who needs it most. It's called Script. A lot of us have value-saving cards from our grocery stores or gas stations, and Script, well, it works just like that. Just go to influencetv.org and sign up for our e-Script and retail Script options to use at grocery stores, gas stations, online, and more. Just log on to influencetv.org now. Do it now, and you will find out just how in just a few quick steps for what you spend already, you can make a big difference in the life of the young child, the man or woman who really needs it the most. So what's stopping you? Nothing. Go to influencetv.org now and start using your influence today.
You're watching Influence TV.
Thanks for staying with us on Influence TV, where you and I can use our influence to change someone's world for the better. A lot of us each day sit at work and wonder about our many options, where we're going to have lunch or dinner. It's mostly an afterthought. But daily, for more people than you think, where their next meal is coming from is much more of an ordeal.
I was currently living in Orange County in Garden Grove, and I was working at Amtrak and got laid off. And I had to go to the valley to pick up a check one day, and I went to go pick this check up. On my way back, I stopped downtown, and I was kind of in a depressed mode and started drinking. And I was at Skid Row. I was on Skid Row. But I had an apartment in Orange County. I had walked away from it and left in a binge, a drinking binge. And I walked away and left all that. That evening I had ran across a friend, and she told me, well, she recognized me, and she was like, "Carl, is that you?" And I was so ashamed when I saw her that I kind of turned my head, but I knew she had recognized me, so I had to let her know it was me. And I told her I needed some help, and she said, "Well, let me make a phone call." So she made a phone call, and she had got me a bed at a place downtown. They told me, "Well, why don't you come on, and we got a spot for you, and come on." And I said, "Well, this is probably what I need," and that's how I came. 2 weeks prior to losing my job was when I came to the Dream Center. I thought, well, maybe that's what I need, you know. That first day I woke up in the Dream Center in bed rest, it was like I could hear the guys, the disciples that's already in orientation, going back and forth, and I could hear this one guy just hollering at the top of his lungs, "Praise God!" And I was like, Lord, what I done got myself into, right? But that was Chuck. Chuck, he was he was a RA at the time. I found out who this guy was that was making all the noise, and he turned out to be one of my leaders, and I appreciate Chuck Moyer, and we became good friends. I believe I grew up in a loving home, and I come home one day. I was off for work, didn't have to go to work, and I pulled in the driveway, went in, and I found that my dad had a heart attack and died, and that's when I got angry with God. I come here from Seattle. I come here in '93, and I had got turned on to crack cocaine, and I had been smoking and drinking one night. I had an interview the next day. I come out of an alley, and the bus I had to catch was across the street, and I ran. Instead of running around the bus, I figured if I ran up on the side where the driver was at, knocked on the window, he would see me in his mirror, but he didn't. The bus had ran over me. I didn't realize that, but I was so high, and I went to stand up, and I got about halfway up, and I fell back down. That was the last thing I remember. 9 months later, I wake up out of a coma. My pelvis was crushed. My medical bills was over $800,000. I was in a wheelchair for a while, about a year. But as you can see, I can walk now. If it was not for the Under the Bridge ministry, I'd probably be dead. If not, still on Skid Row. I mean, if you need someone to talk to, I mean, there's always someone there with encouraging words. And I really hadn't had no dream in a while, and then I don't know, a while back, maybe a month or so, I'd been thinking about going back to school. Sometimes you think that your work is in vain, but then some of the people truly come in and, "Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Carl, for your labor, for what you're doing." And it is like, because a lot of times they catch me off guard, and I'd be like, "Wow, you're welcome. Thank you. Have a great day." You know, you got to come with all of your being and realize that there is something bigger than us, bigger than you, and know that your Heavenly Father is your creator, and the creator of this earth and everything you see. If you come by here and take the tour at the Dream Center, you actually see the body of Christ in action, and you see people's lives being changed every day. You see hundreds of men and women going through discipleship and coming out a new creation. And I just think that's so great. And we all here, all the disciples, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts in Jesus' name. Thank you.
A hot meal and someone who cares. To you, it might not seem like a lot, but to someone who is living day to day without hope, it can mean the world. We want to invite you to use your influence today by purchasing products that every household needs, but can perhaps help someone who's living on the edge turn the corner. Today we're bringing you the Get Clean Starter Kit. This is so simple and so easy, every household can use it. Kelly and I were just talking, she's got little kids.
Yes.
So she was saying that she loves these little towelettes that you pull out and you can wipe just about everything with them. And they are biodegradable and they're completely safe. They're earth-safe product. They're non-toxic. They have no harmful fumes. We're smelling them. There's really not a lot of fragrance to them at all. And there's no artificial fragrance, of course. They're hypoallergenic. There are no volatile organic compounds. And you can make your cleaner last and last because, what did you say, it's 1,000?
1,000 uses per bottle. I couldn't believe that when I read that. And in my life, as a full-time working mom of 2 toddlers, I don't have time to worry about grabbing this or that and trying to scurry around getting bottles out of the cabinet. That's what I love about this, is I can just grab this, pop open the lid, grab a wipey, wipe down my countertops, clean up after my kids after they have dinner, and be able to spend the valuable time that I have with them playing with them instead of cleaning the kitchen the whole time that they're awake. So I love this.
Exactly, and I like it because it's so small. This is really what the main product is, and it's mixed in different measurements, which are right here on the bottles, the degreaser, the windows, and the all-purpose cleaner. So you can just put this sort of up in a cabinet somewhere. It doesn't even have to go under the sink. Of course, you probably don't keep a lot of cleaners under your sink because you've just gotten through the toddlerhood stuff. But this is also an amazing product. We thought it was a face cream. It sort of looks like a face cream. It's great. This is a product that it's so wonderful because you can just wipe it a little bit and you can get all that burnt, gunky food off of your pots and pans. I mean, I don't really like to clean that, but this makes it sort of fun to do. I can maybe even get my daughter to help me with that. They need a great deal of help here at the Dream Center. There are more and more people coming in every day.
And we've all seen those videos of the starving children in Africa, and our hearts are broken, but we're never really moved to action very often. And helping them is super important. But we also have people right here in America who live every single day without food.
Now is the time to click or call and use your influence, use your money, use your dollars, take advantage of this great opportunity to save dollars as well. Healthy cleaning supplies. You'll never have to go to the supermarket and come home and go, oh, I forgot the cleaning supplies again. But you will also be helping others as well as yourself.
Our Under the Bridge feeding program goes out 4 times a week, and we're servicing about 1,200 people every week. And with Skid Row growing in its population to 10,000 people living down there, I mean, we're barely scratching the surfaces, but we're definitely making an impact going down 4 times a week and serving these meals.
If it was not for the Under the Bridge ministry, I'd probably be dead, if not still on Skid Row. I mean, if you need someone to talk to, I mean, there's always someone there with encouraging words. And
well, you got to meet people where they're at. Our pastor, Matthew Barnett, one of his biggest messages is for people to believe, they got to first feel like they belong. And so with that, you know, meeting them where their needs are at, which for the homeless sake is food. They're starving, they're hungry, they're thirsty. And so to meet them where they're at, to make them feel like they belong and that they're wanted. We believe that people will not listen to you when they're starving. So what we do is we fill that need, we fill that starvation, and we bring those hot meals out to be able to share the message of Jesus Christ. Our food bank is the 2nd largest nonprofit food bank in the Los Angeles County. And we receive about 1.2 million pounds of food a week. And so with distributing that, we have several ways of handing it out. We've networked with churches. They come and see us twice a week to pick up pounds of food, which they spread in their neighborhoods. We also help those in our community. Families, they come on site once a week and pick up bags of food. And then we also service through our cafeteria. We're able to use the pounds of food and serve them in our cafeteria, hot plates and meals. And that we serve about 1,500 people a day, or yeah, a day.
You got to come with all of your being and realize that there is something bigger than us, bigger than you, and know that your Heavenly Father is your creator and the creator this earth and everything you see. If you come by here and take the tour at the Dream Center, you actually see the body of Christ in action, and you see people's lives being changed every day. You see hundreds of men and women going through discipleship and coming out a new creation. And I just think that's so great. And we all here, all the disciples, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. In Jesus' name, thank you.
As a new mom, I have a lot of hopes and dreams for my children's future. But you know, not everyone has that. There are so many people right now that have no place to lay their head. They're living on the sidewalk, they're living in parks, they're living down in Skid Row, they're living under the bridges, all over my city and yours as well. And today, you have an opportunity to help change a life. You know, you might be sitting there in your living room right now and you think, how could this ever happen in America? What if this were my child? What if this was my best friend? What if this was my brother or sister? And today, by buying these amazing products, you have an opportunity to get someone off the street. You have an opportunity to feed someone. You have an opportunity to make a difference in the life of someone who really needs it.
Yeah, and we've got this Get Clean Starter Kit. It's a great way to get started joining in with the Dream Center and shopping with us. The fact that we deliver to somebody's home is so amazing. I think today we have so little time. We're all rushing, there's more traffic. To make things easy and convenient and simple and clean, that is really what we are all about. These are non-toxic, no harmful fumes, they're safe for your pets, they're hypoallergenic, there's no volatile organic compounds to make it makes it hard to breathe sometimes. Even with the natural products, sometimes I can't breathe with the orange products and the green one. This is a wonderful scour off product, and you can use it on your pots, your pans, your sink, and all that sort of stuff. So I love this. Thank you very much for joining us, and please, once again, go use your influence at influencetv.org. Your influence, your dollars should go to work. It's a fantastic way to put them to work. We here at the Dream Center appreciate that you're even joining us here, but most importantly, come down and see the Dream Center. You will actually see your dollars going to work here. Come down and join, see the food trucks in action. You're welcome to. It's a wonderful place to be, and it's a wonderful place to be a part of. Even if you only visit once a year, come on down and just see what's going on here in your city.
Hello, I'm Michael Clifford, and I've been hanging around the Dream Center, well, for about 18 years before it even existed. I remember when the vision was born in Matthew and Tommy Barnett's heart, the father and son that started this place. And over the last 18 years, it's gone from having no hot water, no electricity, to an amazing facility in the heart of Los Angeles that is doing amazing work. There are so many causes that need support. And that's why Lindsay, my wife, and I started this not-for-profit television channel. Influence TV allows people to give in this hard economy. Script does not cost you a cent. Script works like our savings cards from grocery stores or gas stations. You have a chance to give a portion of whatever you buy through influencetv.org to the cause that you want to support. So just go to influencetv.org and sign up for our e-script and our retail script options. It's all there on the website. It's very easy to understand. But know that every time you buy something with script, with your credit card, your debit card, a portion of the money that you designate goes to the charity of your choice. You can make a big, big difference with what you spend. How do you want to spend your influence? Go to influencetv.org now and start using your influence today.